All right, I am David Reeder here for Swimming World, joined by UNC coach Rich DeSelm. Coach, thanks for joining me. UNC just defeated Duke in a couple of dual meets. Coach, give me some thoughts on the meet.
Well, it was a good meet. Coming off last night, we swam NC State at home, our senior night. Pretty emotional. Got two nice wins out of that. So we use this as a challenge to rehearse sort of the multi-day, back-to-back, having to get up and be ready and go early the next morning. So we mixed our lineup up a little bit here. We started off a little bit flat, and we had some good swims. Everything was off what we were last night and last week against Virginia. But we focused on splitting our races well and having good relay exchanges and just staying in it, staying focused. So overall, it was good. We honored our seniors last night for our senior day, so it was a long evening, and they had a little parent-senior get-together after the meet. So late night, early morning, but we're looking forward to getting sort of settled in and ready to get ready for the conference meet.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely some great races, especially on the women's side in those in both relays, the women's 400 free and the women's 400 medley and 200 free. Both your girls' teams getting the Duke teams at the end there both times. Did you expect some really good races in those relays?
Well, Duke's doing a great job. Dan and his staff are outstanding coaches, and the word on the street is they're getting more scholarships, and I think Duke is on the rise for sure, and they've got some sprinters that we recruited, so we know that they're good, and we didn't swim perhaps all out a relay, but pretty darn close. So Duke, my hat's off to Duke. They were very, very good. It's good to have tight races. They're going to be tight the rest of the way, so I'm glad we got our hand on the wall first, but just focusing on those relay exchanges and getting through the turns and having four people do what they're supposed to do is good practice.
Yeah, definitely some great racing, and I'd imagine when you swum NC State, you swum Virginia. Talk about the ACC this year. Going to be very competitive, and you guys against Virginia had a real tight dual meet last week where the men barely won and the women for Virginia barely won. Talk about what you expect between you guys and also with State and a couple other teams maybe going into ACCs.
This is going to be a very different ACC championship because we're adding Pitt, adding Notre Dame, two very fine teams, and we're also scoring 24 places. So we've swum that third heat as a consolation heat, but it wasn't scored in the past, and this year it's going to be scored. So the depth is a huge factor, and diving and relays. The relays count. Winning a relay counts something like 72 points. It's a pretty phenomenal swing. So there's a real premium on depth, and I think if you score out last year's meet and use 24 places, only one team placing switches, but still the dynamic of all that makes for a lot of uncertainty. So there's a lot of respect for what Notre Dame is bringing to the table. A couple new coaches in the league, and not quite sure what they're going to do and how they're going to prepare. Virginia was outstanding in the fall, and a lot of people are wondering, how prepared are they going to be? But I fully expect everybody to be ready. You've got to make the NCAA qualifying times, and you've got to get your relays there, and it's tough to do without being ready. So very excited to go to Greensboro, very excited to see what our team makeup is. We'll be trying to select our team here over the next week, and our other folks are going down to the meet in Georgia the weekend of the end of the men's conference meet. So everybody in our program has a taper and shave championship opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. ACC's should be exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. On the women's side, you guys are ranked top 10, first time in a while. Talk about what that's been like and what your expectations are, how that maybe changes a little bit of the focus.
Well, I'm not on a committee that does the polling, so I don't know the ins and outs of that. But I think it's a snapshot in time. The thing I like is our women have been consistently ranked and consistently improving in our rank. But I mean, I'm not at all thinking that we're going to beat some teams out there. But we had a nice jump last year from 19th to 12th. We've got Stephanie Peacock back in the mix. We've got a lot of seniors that have scored. We've got great leadership on the women's side, and our goal is certainly to be better than we were last year. On the men's side, pretty pleased with the ranking, so to speak. Again, I don't know how much stock I put in it. I think it's more of a what you last did versus where you really are. But our men have no returning scorers at the NCAAs. And we had a stretch there 4 to 2 years ago where we were 15th, 14th, and 14th at the NCAAs, which was the best that we'd ever done in the past 50 years in terms of a 3-year run. So that was really good, and a lot of those guys graduated, and we fell back last year. And the one guy that scored for us, Tom Luxinger, is off on a pro career and doing great. So we have no returning points. So it's a big challenge to our men, first to qualify and second to go to the NCAAs and score. So they want to do that, and that's the big challenge. They want to win a title along the way, ACC title along the way.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned Tom Luxinger making the World Championship team last summer, and now he's up in Baltimore. Just talk real quick about what that's like as a coach, seeing a swimmer make the World Championship team, have his big break on the national level where really everyone's watching.
Well, Tom is a great representative of UNC and our program. He had a great foundation with Three Village up with Barry Roffer up in New York on Long Island. Comes from a great family. He is a hard worker, very hard worker, and he's willing to break his body down. And it was a blast coaching him. He stayed almost every summer and continued to progress and improve. He loves long course. You could argue that he's a little better long course than short course, although he had a fabulous NCAA and ACC career. He's very dedicated, and he's still hungry. So last summer in Chapel Hill was a little interesting. I had some issues that I had to deal with, and I wasn't on the deck the entire time. My assistants did a great job taking care of all of our swimmers, and Tom especially. And Tom, we were prepared to send Tom off to Russia for the World University Games, and I took him to World Championship trials in Indianapolis, and he went and won and leapfrogged right over the trip to Russia and got to go to Barcelona. And then he went there and was 5th place in the 200 fly. So he's a great competitor. He's still hungry. He trains hard. And Bob and Eric up at North Baltimore are assembling quite a talented crew, and Tom, I know, is really enjoying being up there and mixing it up in a great training environment. And Bob has certainly the expertise to take Tom to a new level, and we wish Tom nothing but the best.
Yeah, certainly will be exciting to watch. Coach, great to watch your team today. Looking forward to seeing them down the line at ACCs, NCAAs, and good luck to you. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for having us on the show.
Yeah, thank you.